Today, the question that we have is, what are the differences between a psychologist and a coach? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Sarpon. This is Phil's Guide to PsyD. This channel is dedicated to all things psychology, wellness, and graduate school. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. What I do on this channel is that I do my best to answer any questions you guys may have about graduate school. Today, the question that we have is, what are the differences between a psychologist and a coach? Now, I think it's really important to be specific about what exactly you mean by a coach, because there's a lot of different types of coaches out there. There's life coaches, health coaches, wellness coaches, all of those sorts of things. One of the biggest differences between a coach and a therapist is that coaches are not able to work specifically with mental illnesses. And so that is one of the biggest differences between a psychotherapist who is trained to face mental illnesses while coaches are not. Another major difference between a therapist and a coach is that a therapist tends to be more focused on the past or current symptoms of the person. So for example, a lot of people will go into therapy to kind of process their past or process something that may have just occurred to them. Maybe it was a car accident, maybe it was a family member passing away, maybe they're going through some grief symptoms. Whatever it is, it tends to be past and focused on their current and how the past situations of what has happened in their life is really impacting their current state of mind, emotions, feelings, and so forth. While a coach is really focused on the future. When they're working with athletes or when they're working with professionals, they're trying to help them accomplish their goals in their future. They're already coming from a state of basically helping that person in the present, but also helping them get to their future goal. The last major difference between a therapist and a coach is that therapy can be under the umbrella of going through insurance and being covered by insurance because it's related to specifically mental illnesses, while coaching typically is not coverable under insurance. Now, in terms of accreditation, in order to become a therapist, you would have to either get a bachelor's degree, go into a master's program, and then get certified or licensed as a licensed marriage family therapist, a licensed clinical social worker, or maybe just a licensed professional counselor. But that would be the only way to become a psychotherapist, is to be able to work independently with that master's degree. Coaching, there's a number of different programs out there, and there aren't really any super official governing bodies that will regulate and look over the coaching certifications. What matters most is probably just choosing the one that is the most reputable, that gives perhaps the best education, perhaps opportunities for mentorship and so forth, and puts people in a really good situation in order to help people. It has been found that a lot of psychotherapists have gotten their psychology degree or their master's degree in psychotherapy and then have gone on later in life to become coaches, especially because the two are kind of intertwined. If you are seeing a client and helping them with their past and how that affects their present state of mind, maybe after going through 16 sessions, that client is really doing well, is really recovering well, and they are now looking forward into their future. You probably will not only be able to help them with their past, but you will probably also be able to help them propel them into their future as well, using certain coaching techniques as well. One thing that's really similar about this is becoming a sports psychologist. I've mentioned before in the past that a lot of psychologists, after getting their PsyD or their PhD degree, will get a certification in mental health coaching, and then therefore they will become a sports psychologist and be able to do not only psychology but also coaching with athletes. Now, there is a way to become a sports psychologist with just a master's degree, usually getting some type of master's in sports psychology or psychology, and then getting a certification, and then with that certification, being able to use that to work with athletes in terms of the coaching aspect, but not specifically with the therapy aspect. And so that's kind of a perfect example of a psychologist who has a PhD or PsyD being able to do both therapy and coaching at the same time, whereas someone with a bachelor's or a master's degree in psychology has a specific certification that helps them specifically with the coaching, but not necessarily with the therapy. But overall, those are some of the differences between a therapist and a coach. They do kind of similar things, but they are very distinctly different. If you guys have any questions about the differences, please put it down in the comment section below. I'll make sure to take a look at that. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.